guys, another day. It is cold. It snowed last night. Turbo Civic's got a bunch of snow on it. My truck's got a nice big drift. Whew. Yeah, it's just cold out here. Good old winter storm. But we are back. Sorry I haven't filmed anything in a while. Get inside here. We got quite a bit of snow. All right. It's cold out there. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys had a great Christmas and a happy New Year's. Mine was really good. Actually ended off pretty well and started pretty well. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while or filmed anything. Just had a lot on my mind. Been trying to focus on the kids, my job, you know, just getting settled in, taking care of, getting over the holiday, just recovering from, you know, well, all that spending money and taking care of everybody. But rather than that, I hope everyone had a good New Year's. Hope everyone started off in a good 2022. Yeah, I've actually got some really good news. I don't know if I want to share it in this video or if I want to wait till the next video, but it does have something along with getting the house. And well, basically we bought the house. So I'm officially a homeowner. So I'm freaking stoked about that. This garage is officially mine now. So yeah, rather than that, guys, my kids are happy. They got their own rooms. I got my own garage. My wife's got the house. Everything's been kind of falling in place. Perfect timing for 2022. I've been working really hard at that for the last probably year and a half to almost 2 years. Yeah, even before I even really started the channel, been trying to, you know, get back on track on my life and just kind of get things done. But rather than that, guys, been doing good. So on today's video, I'm gonna jump right in. Now, if you guys are OG watchers from a long time ago, when I first started this channel back, I think March of last year, it's been almost a year. This was the car that I started it on. This is the one that had the Gretti turbo, the blue engine management system. I think it's somewhere over there in that mess, but this is the one that is getting the turbo build. And this is the same bottom end, rods and pistons, JE pistons, Eagle rods. Now the head is finally done. It's all torqued down, put on there. It's got the SuperTech valves, springs, valves, retainers, 85-pound springs, all that stuff. We got the 1400cc injectors put in, but yeah, the whole shebang. This is almost done. I'm waiting on a couple more gaskets, and then I've got all this stuff sitting out here I'm about to start laying out. But the car's back in the garage, guys. That's the most important. It was sitting out back before all this snow hit. I wanted to get the car back in the garage because on the next few videos, I am going to be going through this car and trying to get the wiring done, get the motor in. The engine bay is about to get painted here soon. I'll probably be on this video or the next. Right now I'm just kind of giving you guys an update. We got the car booth seats. I got a brand new oil pump. Got a whole bunch of parts there for the motor. Here's what the seat looks like right here. This one's mine actually, so but same thing. He's got one for his car and I got one for mine. We got the seat rails down there, but these things are fantastic, man. I cannot wait to install these and sit in it. Then I got to get some seat belts, and we got some suspension over here for the car too. So some coilovers, some brand new coilovers in the box. Yeah, rather than that, the car's back in the garage, guys. This, like I said, this is what started the channel. This is one of my first ones before I even really got serious with mine. It's sitting outside and just kind of taking a weather beating, but yeah, this one had all the issues and it did run. So we got the fully built motor ready to go, and we're going to be putting this in there. The transmission's sitting back there and she's all ready to go. So it's just getting everything buttoned up, painted, and dropped in. So yeah, this is I got to fix. We're going to be going through all the wiring, debugging this car. That's all the old intercooler stuff over there. All that's gone. We're not using any of that. So But yeah, I gotta go back through all this, repair a bunch of wires. Yeah, oh, I don't know if you guys noticed, it's brighter in here from before, except for that corner. I have to get a light over there, but it is brighter in here. I don't know if you guys can actually, if you guys remember on previous videos how dark it was. I actually got these LED lights that screw in, and they're not bad, but the problem is they were cheap, and one of them, no, two of them came broken. So yeah, I mean, they were kind of cheap, but they do work. They got me by for, I think I paid like 40 bucks for them, so I'm not really complaining. But it is a lot brighter in here, so I can actually work now. Yeah, so super stoked, guys, super stoked. But yeah, I'm gonna get to working on this. I got to get a lot of stuff done because I think we were gonna try to get this thing fired up in March. That is the goal. It'd be the 1 year when I first started this car, so I think March will be the perfect time, hopefully, to hear it fire up. It may not be making boosts or anything like that, but hopefully we can hear it run, and then we can go from there. So yeah, other than that, guys, on this video, I just wanted to let you guys know where we're at. But I'm officially a homeowner. I bought the house, my wife and I, so we're moving forward on new things, bigger things, and we're just slowly clearing things out and getting ready for the rest of my life, you know. So it is what it is. I think we got the bike sold too. Yeah, that winter storm though, it is windy out there. It is windy. So yeah, guys, I am super stoked. I've been not motivated to film lately just because of all the things going on, and I've been just so busy with, you know, trying to focus on this house, just trying to get this house ordeal sorted out. You know, it's been a long process, and then plus getting used to my job, so I haven't really had time to be messing around out here. But it's 2022. It's time to get to it, guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and start working and see where we get at on this car. All right, got the engine bay pretty much sanded down, scuffed, getting ready to paint it back to all nice fresh and white, get it ready to drop the motor in. Just got to tape off this last piece of this harness right here. I'm going to cover the windshield. I'm going to take the hood off and a couple more other things, but rather than that, we're getting ready to paint. And then while that's drying, I'm going to be get ready to go through this and get ready to get this thing ready to drop in. Got the clutch and flywheel, some Loctite down there. Going to get all that stuff put together and then get ready to hopefully drop it in there. Maybe tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. I'll come back out here when it's all dry and get ready to hopefully drop that motor in. And so just one step closer. And like I said, if you guys remember, this was that first Civic that I was starting a long time ago on my channel, and they had a lot of issues, and I'm going to go through all that wiring before we even try starting this fully built motor and make sure everything's working on the S300, and yeah, see what happens. So we're getting closer, guys. 2022 is the year for this car. I put my car on hold for a little bit because I'm waiting on some parts, and the ARC-7 is sitting outside and just covered in snow. So I'm just slowly trying to get things going one step at a time. So yeah, she's looking good, guys. Can't wait to see this motor sitting in there in this nice clean engine bay, all fresh. That big old turbo and the manifold all right here. It's gonna look so good. So stay around, guys, and I'm gonna keep going at it. right, check it out, guys. Got her all painted up, nice and fresh and white. This is just the first coat. She's looking really good. Don't mind the Dylan's bag, but yeah, she looks really good. It's coming a long ways, almost a year now. So, like I said before, this was one of the first cars that my buddy brought me for the channel. Was that Goretti turbo setup, and we got the motor over here. While that's drying right now and curing for the first coat, before I put another coat of paint on there, transmission's ready to go. She's getting really close, looking good. I'm gonna go here and install the ACL series racing oil pump, and then I've got oil pan gaskets, seals. I'm going to go ahead and finish. A while back ago, about almost a year ago, when I had to take this post mount out, both of these coils were messed up, so I got my helicoil kit ready. I'm gonna get that done, get this stuff back together so I can get ready to put the motor and transmissions together, and hopefully we get that motor dropped in real soon in the engine bay looking all pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for that. I got some Honda Bond, some gasket sealer. Here, check this out though. This actually came with all new gaskets, race series excuse me, race series oil pump compared to the stock one. We'll get rid of that guy for right now. Gonna go ahead and start assembling this. Oh, and going to put the AEM cam gears on as well. Go install those and see where we can get at on this motor, and see how far we can get to ready to install the clutch and flywheel. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. First I'm gonna go ahead and do is fix these two bolts. I'm gonna go ahead and helicoil these two first, and then I'm gonna seal this all up, and we'll be good to go. Hopefully we can get this motor back in that car. I can't believe it's been almost a year. It's been almost a year since this car has ran or even seen the street. I got the action clutch flywheel package down there, but man, she's looking so good, guys. Looking so good. So here soon, that turbo motor will be sitting in this engine bay. Hopefully tomorrow, if not, maybe by next weekend. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on another time lapse. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out, get this thing all sealed up, and get on to the next step. Got the race series performance oil pump installed here. So she's all tightened down, torqued down, sealed up with some Honda Bond ultra flange too. Got the crank positioning sensor, all that stuff tight. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to getting the water pump installed, and then I'll tackle those two bolts, and then we'll get the oil pan sealed up. Get these the baffle, not baffle, but the pickup tube and stuff like that all in back installed. Get all these rods, make sure they're all torqued down. Rather than that, she's almost ready to mate with the transmission. She'll be going together here soon. Engine bay is curing, looking good, nice and clean, nice and fresh. That's just the first coat. Eventually we'll add another one on there and then we'll probably shoot it with some clear. But she's looking really good though. So here soon the motor will be all together, and then I can start doing the final little things like, you know, port matching this, getting the fuel rail and all that stuff all hooked up and everything put together, and then start working on the turbo stuff. But yeah, that's all later down the road though. So one thing at a time, guys. But she's coming along good. She is coming along good. Cams are in, everything's tightened down, 20 foot-pounds, 8 foot-pounds on these little tins on the outside. All these are good to go. I was working on putting the water pump in. So I got a Gates water pump here, and I took off the old one. I noticed that there was dowels in it, like they're supposed to be, but on the new one, it didn't have dowels, and the holes were too small there and there. So I had to slightly drill them out to make sure those dowels fit. And it's a Gates water pump. I don't know if it's a manufacturer defect or what, but either way, it's not a big deal. It was just a slight little drilling. Got everything cleaned up. So I'm going to go ahead and slap this Gates water pump on there. And then I'm going to put the oil pan on there temporarily. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try to get the transmission and flywheel and all that stuff put on there tonight, and hopefully I have this whole motor pretty much all in one by the end of the night. So that's the goal. It's been a long little day going at this, but yeah, that's the goal. So hopefully I can have this whole thing complete here real soon, so it'll be sitting right in front of the car. So that is the plan. So I'm gonna get back at it. All right, here, look at that. She's looking so good. She's looking so good. Now that, remember, it did not look like this when it came to me. So this was almost a year ago, guys. The white Civic is back in the garage. I'm so excited. The two-door coupe. Now I got to go. This weekend, I'm going to be pulling out the suspension. And we got some brand new coilovers sitting in here, some Blocks Racing coilovers. We're gonna be putting those on there here soon. They're like a street setup, so they're not gonna be too aggressive, but not like mine that's out in the driveway. Mine's the drag setup. These are more the street, so the street setup. So I got the intake sitting here, everything I need for that. I gotta finish a couple things on that. The transmission's ready to go. She's looking good. Got the Pro carbon sync rows. I got new axle seals on the way. I dug out the covers, a bunch of B-Series covers. I gotta figure out which one was which. I gotta dig those out and put all the covers back together. I got the oil pan. This was that Greddy setup oil pan, but this return line for the oil is not going to work like that because of the way the turbo's set up. So we're going to have to get another oil pan, or I'm going to just take the one off my motor and I'll donate it to them. And we're going to have to weld on another bung and get another oil return set up on the motor. So I went out in my other garage and I found the pickup tube, the VTEC solenoid. I got the distributor, the starter, the post mount, and the motor's over here. Fully built motor. We're waiting on the bearings. I'm getting new main bearings and thrust washers. I'm going to be pulling out the crank. I'm going to go ahead and just put all new bearings and washers in the bottom end and reseal that up. And then I have over here silicone hoses and the belt, and I'm working on getting all that stuff put together, but we're waiting on bearings, so that should be here any day now. And then once I get the bearings put in here, I'll yank the crank out, which I'll probably make a video of that too. Just yanking the crank out and putting new thrust washers, new bearings, then after that, once all that's done and sealed, I'll be working on getting the transmission, clutch, and flywheel put on, and we can drop it in there. So I really appreciate everyone sticking around. I've just been really busy with things that have been going on in life, but that's part of life. So I appreciate y'all sticking around. Make sure I wasn't covering up the mic on the GoPro. Yeah, I appreciate y'all sticking around, and that'll be pretty much for today's video. The next video, like I said, I'm going to be getting the suspension done. Hopefully this motor will be sitting in there. The fully built B16 will be sitting in there. And the one year anniversary is coming, guys. When this whole car started on my channel back in March, hopefully we can have this thing running soon. If not, very close. Very, 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 very close, guys. So I really appreciate everyone sticking around. I know it's been a long time since you all seen this car. I mean, it's been a while. Some people have been wondering, am I ever going to finish it? Or what happened to it? It's coming back, trust me. Just parts are really hard to get right now. I believe to get some oversized bearings right now, some people were waiting almost 14 months for bearings. And I've been calling around and trying to find bearings for this freaking motor, and I finally got some, but I don't know when they'll show up. So we'll see what happens. That's going to be on the next video, guys. I hope this motor will be in there on the next video, and then we can move on to the next steps. So appreciate y'all sticking around. Two-door coupe is back, and it's going to get a whole new makeover on a lot of things. So just been stacking on parts, guys, and yeah, rather than that, I'll see you on the next one, and peace.